and welcome to this latest episode of the Brothers in Red podcast. What are you talking about, Willis? You stop the whole entire show that.
No, I'll keep this in. I will keep this in. Thank you, good sir.
The child needs a drink. You're putting the H2 on. Hello and welcome to the latest restart of the episode of the Brothers in Red podcast, presented by me, James Double, aka LFC_J Dubs, actually tweeting under Brothers in Red pod. I'm actually starting to do that now. And my brother,
Fan Double, aka Dubs_LFC, and I haven't been tweeting recently. International break and all.
It is your worst time of the year. Coming up to the most wonderful time of the year, but international breaks for you is like no go.
Nah, I literally don't pay attention to football for 2 weeks.
Have you seen any of the scenes about what's been happening though?
Yeah, I've seen a bit of Shobo crying.
Yeah.
Seen a bit of Robbo's emotional speech after. I see stuff to do with Liverpool players, I just don't watch any of the games.
So yeah, we'll just briefly talk about the Showboat Ireland one. So Kelleher with I think it was the assist to the assist.
Yeah.
But putting it in the mixer, last minute winner for them to qualify. Pretty good. I think qualify anyway. Potentially not.
It was qualifying. I think they're in playoffs.
Do Hungary go in playoffs as well, don't they?
No, but I think that was them being out because they cried.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing.
Oh, my understanding was they now have to play off, but maybe not.
Well, if Ireland is celebrating that much about getting into playoffs, then Hungary wouldn't be crying about not about getting into playoffs, if you know what I mean. Because it means they still have a chance of getting to the World Cup. They wouldn't be crying.
True.
So I obviously don't know for facts because I haven't kept up with it.
Yeah.
But from my understanding and their reactions, it's like they didn't make the cut for playoffs.
That makes sense. And then the other one, which is the massive reactions, was Scotland first time in 25 years, I think.
Something like that.
It's in 98, so whatever that is.
Apparently, what was the other team I've seen that hasn't been in it for 50 years? Is it some African team or I don't know. But apparently, it's a lot of teams are going that haven't been for a while. Because who was it? Was it Trey? Someone tweeted saying, "And everybody eats World Cup, and we're not." And obviously he's Nigerian.
So yeah, no, it's confirmed. Shabashai will not
be
qualified. Seems case, obviously.
That wasn't me for once.
That was me. Sorry. Anyway, and then the other scenes of Scotland obviously qualifying. Robbo's post-match interview, showing the emotion, showing what we've been saying the whole time.
What we have been saying the whole time, and we've been remembering.
What people need to remember.
Yes.
And people. Well, one of the things I would say is a lot of the stuff that gets thrown around is usually online trolls, so you can ignore it. But for the sake of discussion, they throw around the whole thing of you've only been talking about it when you're losing. Arguably one of Robbo's highlights of his whole entire career, that was qualifying for a World Cup for his nation as captain for the first time in however long it was, 98, I can't do the maths, 26 years, 27 years, 28 years by the time it comes around probably. It's going to be a highlight of his life, and the first thing he said about post-match was Jota.
Well, what I will say is actually this is the perfect example for everyone to take note of what he said. He was in bits before the game, the night before, and then he had a really poor first half by the sounds of it. He gave away chances or a goal or something. I think it was his mistake for one of their goals. And he had a really poor first half. And that right there is Jota. Like, no excuses. It's just obviously it was playing on his mind. He was emotional, wound up, just in his own head about it. And obviously, even with the positive reaction after, second half, he turned it around. The positive reaction after, you see it still Jota with the first thing on his mind.
Yeah, two things. One was it was crazy how much he spoke about Jota in the way of we both were talking about how gutted we were. We missed the World Cup.
Yeah.
And the fact that that's racking his mind is probably a case of
because Jota was injured.
I wish I could have gone through this with Jota because Scotland didn't qualify last time.
Yeah.
So he's probably thinking I've qualified. Jota would have qualified. You
Yeah,
would have been able to do it together. Um, but the other bit was, what are you talking about? How I can't remember now. Oh yeah. So you said about how he was in bits and sort of stuff. He's like, put that as a parallel to Liverpool this year. Of there'll be moments in games where we'll have to dig deep, and you normally look to the bench for a Jota to come on and
yeah,
completely change the game. Or routines before matches, you don't know who Jota used to share a room with or sit with the bus with, play cards with.
we've been
That
bears.
routine is completely gone. Um, in the changing room, the dressing room, Jota may have a certain role in that. And even if someone else is doing it and doing a good enough job in whatever that role was, just a random example is music. I know I think it's Virgil that takes the aux cable, but the example of music, if Jota had any input, there'll be a moment where that's normally when Jota does something.
I think a big one probably would be FIFA.
FIFA, massive.
I think, especially younger lads, like say, obviously when Trent was there, and then I think like Jones and those lot would have. You can imagine Jota, like especially like away Champions League games, taking the portable PlayStation with him, kind of thing,
Yeah,
and like that sort of thing, and playing in hotel rooms before the night, like
exactly.
before the game, and that sort of
And
thing,
it's
and those
when
memories of like 5, 6 lads in a room messing about on FIFA. It's those kind of memories that if you go to the same away game and you don't have that this time, or you do have it, but Jota's not there,
slightly different. Yeah.
slightly different and kind of hits home.
Yeah, you go on Ultimate Team, you don't have the best team in the world because you haven't got a job
Yeah,
grinding it out,
yeah.
making sure he misses Boxing Day so that he can play against the Christmas Day people. Um,
Christmas Day noobs.
yeah, yeah. So a bit of perspective from everyone wouldn't go amiss, and a bit of understanding as well. I think I even saw a tweet, and I know he's got a bee in his bonnet, and it probably was just a bit of an oversight to be honest, because I don't put him down as this sort of person, but called out. I think it was Salah as like
Who?
this was Shearer calling out Salah as like the shell of the player he was.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah.
doesn't know what's wrong this year, whether it's the signings or what's going on, but he's clearly not right this year, and he couldn't put his finger on why. And it was like, well, there's something staring you right in the face. He cried on the first game of the season where he scored a goal. He literally broke down in
I think if
tears.
Isaac didn't happen, he wouldn't have. He's gonna have rose-tinted glasses on in the back, negative white kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anything to do with Liverpool, Shearer will look at it
It's
in
almost like
a
blinkers rather than
yeah blinkers. So like he will be biased against us this year.
and
It's just
subconsciously,
like so yeah,
not even
he won't even
intentionally.
mean to do it sometimes,
That's
but
what I'm
like
saying.
he'd be like we said about rest before, like when you have a bad experience or a negative experience with a club or a set of fans or something, that will affect you for a bit of time. And obviously, the sum with the Isaac saga was that for
Yeah,
Newcastle.
absolutely. And like we say, it's not intentional. I'm not
No,
saying I can't believe he's saying it. I'm just saying
but at the same time,
there's a
like
perspective there that it's easy to have that perspective. It's easy to take a second before you say something and be like,
yeah, it is a bit
"Stop,
ignorant.
the best made start." Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
Like it is a bit like even if you say it, it's a bit ignorant not to even come out and
follow up, be like, "Apologies,
apologies in the moment.
didn't think about
I
that."
didn't think about my response, and it is understandable that with what happened, some players will be
Because
affected.
again, we'll say it at the start of the season, people were writing off the whole entire season. It doesn't matter what happens to these
No,
boys this season because
top four,
this is unprecedented sort of thing.
but then half the fan base melt down.
Completely.
But over a few losses, but won't get behind the team. I I find it so frustrating that fans don't get behind the team when they need it the most, but do when we're winning every single game.
Yeah, you don't need it as much.
I literally,
Yeah, like we always come back to it. You're literally called a supporter.
yeah,
You're meant to support,
yeah,
and like we'll sit here and be like, "Yeah, we're crap,"
yeah, yeah. We'll criticize, we'll cause crap, but
it's okay to criticize as well. It's okay to
yeah,
point things out, but
100%.
the slander, the get out my team,
Get out, yeah,
you're not good
literally. You're not
enough.
good enough. You're
The
washed. All this kind of stuff. No,
who are you?
there's no need for that. I think there's no need, especially this year.
You can, yeah, especially this year. You can analyze mistakes as well, and that's fine. But again, it's a game of football. It's 90 minutes. People make mistakes all the time. There's probably chances that that mistake on another day doesn't lead to a goal, and you haven't called someone washed and get out of your club.
Also, I find a lot of people online will say someone's played bad without any reason for why they've played bad, other than oh they didn't get a GA,
Yeah,
they played bad. Well, no, if you actually watch the game, or if they say oh he he did this wrong or whatever, I'm like okay, what should he have done? That no one will say that.
hmm.
Only a few people do.
Yeah,
But other than that, it's just not good enough. Why?
yeah.
Like
And then they'll go and say, "Oh, we should replace him with X, Y, and Z," which is like a really low caliber player that's nowhere near good enough for
Literally.
Liverpool. And it's just like you played with them in FIFA once.
Yeah.
You scored a banger with FIFA, and you're like, "Yeah, he's the best player in the world.
Yeah.
We should go with him." Anyway, that was a really negative start to this really upbeat and fun podcast. We are so professional and we keep it light and friendly. Summary of what we're going to talk about today. We're going to finish off with another top five from El Benjamino. We'll discuss the latest. Who's that?
Who the hell is that? You got a special guest in today or something?
El Benjamino. You're going to have to do an accent there.
No.
See, I'm slightly
I've got a bit of a sore throat.
Oh, yeah, that's why.
Can you hear it or not?
No.
I can hear it in my
I feel like you're
voice.
putting it on now that you said that. You're like, we'll discuss the latest contract discussions and the transfer notes.
Sorry, guys.
Cut that bit out. Yeah, discuss the latest contract discussions and sort of transfer things that are going on. Just very brief chat about that. But obviously, first we'll take a look ahead at the weekend. Nottingham Forest, 3 o'clock Saturday
4-0 win.
at home, Anfield.
4-0 win.
I hate how bullish you are. You need to have a little bit of pessimism in your life, so then it's easy to believe.
They're 19th.
They're 19th, okay. Who have they played?
Everyone.
No.
I don't know.
They've lost one less game than Liverpool. No, one more game than Liverpool, sorry. They've lost one more game than Liverpool.
They're 19th?
Correct. How mind-blowing is that?
How many have they drawn, though?
3.
How many have we drawn?
None.
And we lost?
We've lost 5. They've lost 6. They've won 2, drawn 3. And we've won 6 plus 5.
Well, so they've dropped 9 points compared to us.
That was based on my looking earlier, yeah. They might have a game in hand as well. Potentially, if that's not mathing.
So there are 9 points between us and them.
So they are on 9 points. We are on 18 points. So they've only lost one more game than us. They lost 3-0 to United, 3-0 to Chelsea, 3-0 to Arsenal.
I don't like that looking at the form table.
No. Well, it's going to come back. That's the whole point of it.
Well, yeah, so we're winning 4-0.
Wow. Right.
Wait, who's their manager now?
Let's analyse
Sean?
Let's get into the analysis.
Is it Sean?
Yes, it is Sean.
So no, it's going to be a low block.
Correct.
Oh, shit.
Right.
3-5-2?
Obviously, last year they were our bogey team as well. This was the bogey team. This was Slot's first loss. And this was the game where we had to really fight to come back and draw at Forest Ground. They've had a tough start, so the teams I just rattled off, they're not easy games. I think they just beat Leeds 3-1. They've beat Porto this year. They lost 3-0 to West Ham, though, who are in 20th. No, Wolves are in 20th. West Ham are in 18th. Dyche, again, like you said, going to be a low block.
I think we win.
Going to solidify the defence. How do you think they will play against us, and will they try and take advantage of all of the things we've already seen as weaknesses?
Low block counter on the left. That's what they'll do. Yes.
Any more?
That's what they'll do.
Right. Yeah. I just want a bit more.
Like what though? That's what they're going to do. They will low block. Sean Dyche will low block.
So,
and they will lump it long.
How do you think we're going to get around that then? How are we going to not have the same mistakes we've had all season?
I don't know what formation we're going to get. I said 3-5-2, but
I think it's one to test it. Who would you? Well, we'll go straight to the lineup then. Before we'll circle back to their sort of potential tactics. So, I don't think Ali's back yet, is he?
He's rumoured to start.
Okay. So potentially Ali back then.
Rumoured.
Who would your 3 at the back be?
Robbo, Van Dijk. Canai.
Interesting. And then what's your 5? Would you then do
Kirkes,
double
Bradley.
pivot? Or are you going fullbacks?
Kirkes, Bradley.
Yeah.
And then I'd be Grav, Shobo, and Wirtz with Ekitike and Salah.
Okay. What? 2 strikers, a 10, 2 holding.
Mac has been Argentina, so that's the only reason I go. Well, after international, I always say that.
Mm.
And I think sometimes you can see that he should have been rested after international.
Yeah, we always say that about Maka after international. Yeah, from back to their sort of perspective.
I don't think that's going to happen. But
Okay, what do you think is going to happen?
4-3-3. I don't know about Kirkus and Robbo. We have PSV on Wednesday.
Yeah. Is there a world where we think about their international breaks, e.g., the emotional toll on Robbo, the emotional toll on Kirkes and Szoboszlai?
But those two will want to play.
They want to get the next game.
Yeah, they will want to go.
Yeah.
Robbo. Yeah, so
Could be on a high.
do you rest Robbo for Wednesday?
If you're playing, I would be worried about playing both of our fullbacks in one game to then have them one or the other go the next week as well without any rotation.
Who have we got next weekend?
I can find out. Why are you carrying talking? West Ham away.
Yeah, I reckon Kirkus, Robbo, Kirkus.
So you're
I
saying
would say start Kirkus.
back
Yeah.
four, start.
Well, this is what I reckon he might do.
So back four, start Kirkes and Bradley then.
Yep.
Then you're having Jashovo. You
It's just annoying because you probably know he's going to start Maka.
do you think? I don't know if he will. Genuinely, I think last time he didn't after international break. I think he might have seen what we've seen. Maybe not last time, but the time before, he didn't start Maka straight away. I mean, he was coming back from his pre-season.
Maybe. So, right, let's just say he does put him in. What would we do? What would he do? Maka, Grav, Shobo, Verts left,
Yeah.
Salah right,
He'll probably go for that again,
Akatika up top.
potentially. I think it would make the most sense because you want Verts in a playmaking role. They'll have a dominant midfield with Sangare in there
This is what I'm thinking as well. Yeah.
and Anderson.
Anderson, yeah.
They're going to be very transitional.
Basically, the first midfield on the team sheet. Well, actually, you just can't say that. Grav and Shobo have to play.
Yeah.
Those two have to play in that midfield.
And then it's whether you drop in Verts and switch it up, or you keep Maka and then you drop Verts up left.
Verts got 2 assists over one game for Germany, didn't he?
Yeah.
I want him to get goals.
It's coming. I'm not worried about that too much.
No, me neither. I just can't wait.
Yeah. So yeah, I do think we'll be able to plug the holes that we've had though of how they're going to counter us. So long balls over the top. How would you defend?
Who's their wingers now? So obviously last year it was Elanga, wasn't it? And he played really well last year for them.
Yeah, they've still got Gibbs White, obviously. On the wing, they have got Ndoye and Hudson-Odoi. Obviously, Hudson-Odoi got the
Hudson-Odoi.
winner last year.
Yeah, but
against us. Then Jesus up front. Definitely, obviously, a different Jesus than.
Maybe Wood.
Hmm?
What's Chris Wood do? I'm going crazy.
No, he used to be there. I don't know if he's left, but
Might be injured.
maybe. No, this could be. He got a 1 year on the bench as well. Yeah, they're obviously going to play Route 1 to an extent to go over a slow block and counter. How would you overcome our issues that we've currently had? Because I think it's all in duels and then getting to the second ball. If people play off their target man, they're always getting to the second ball currently, and we're not.
I don't know. I just think the City game, we were ran into the ground for the emotions of the Madrid game.
Right.
So I think I don't see us playing that badly. I think it won't be a similar performance to Madrid, obviously, because that was like probably one of the best performances last couple of years. But I see us playing well.
If we're given the time, like if they're not on it with their countering, which teams have been on it, the ones that have made us punish are top half teams that are doing that, not bottom half teams that are doing that. The one marginal one you'd call there is Brentford, and they're playing like a top half team currently.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah, they're playing like Arsenal from
exactly, we haven't been punished. Well, we've been punished by top half teams or middle of the pack up to top half teams. If they're not on it with that style, we control the game, we control the ball, we get the win, we have the crowd on the side. I don't see anything wrong. It's just if they have Callum Hudson-Odoi on the wing and that outlet to him is on the money every single time, that's going to be a horrendous afternoon for Bradley and Kanate in some capacity, because you're going to have Kanate covering Bradley when he bombs forward, or Bradley always turning back and not being able to have his attacking output.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not worried.
No,
I'm too positive right now. I think we can come back from international break, and this is our like. If anything, obviously Arsenal have lost Gabriel,
yeah,
and that will be mentioned around the training. And I don't care like why would they mention it. Obviously, they're going to mention it. Like if Arsenal are going to drop points, they might start dropping points now,
yeah. The players
and we
mention it.
need to get the results.
Slots definitely not mentioned.
No.
The players mention
Yeah,
it. Yeah. If there's any chance of us getting anywhere near a title race, we can't lose a game
these
from now until
these
Christmas.
results need to start going.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can't lose a game now to Christmas. If we've lost any games before Christmas, I think it's done.
we need to not lose until Arsenal lose.
And City.
Basically, no, I would just say Arsenal just to get confidence.
Right.
Because I think if the next few weeks we're grinding out results and performances aren't good still, but like we're managing to get over the line, I think all it takes is Arsenal to lose a game within those 3 weeks and we win and we gain points on them for our confidence to be like, it's still there for the taking.
Yeah.
At the moment, like some players, even though they say it, they don't totally believe it's there for the taking. But as soon as Arsenal lose one game and we've dragged ourselves through a bad patch, they're like, we've had our bad spell.
Well,
We've gone through the shit. Let's fucking do this now.
all it will take now. So Arsenal drew their last game against Sunderland. If Arsenal draw their next game, I don't know who any of them they're against. So I think they're against Spurs this weekend, actually.
Yeah, they are.
So that could be a loss. And if they lose the London derby and then draw the next game and then lose,
To be fair, yeah, because of
that
Gabriel's being out.
mentally will fry it. That'll be a completely different ball game then.
Who have they got after Spurs?
I don't.
Oh wait, they got Spurs, Bayern Munich, Chelsea.
Oh, they got that run, have they?
Yeah.
Without Gabriel. Yeah, Spurs, Bayern Munich, Chelsea. I was going to get them all up just to see. So Spurs, Bayern Munich, Chelsea, Brentford,
Villa.
Then they got Bruges and Wolves back to league, so that'll be calm by the start of December. But that run there,
Yeah.
they could lose to Spurs in a freak thing. It could happen. They probably won't.
Champions League don't really matter, but they could lose and not their confidence.
Yeah.
They could lose to Chelsea.
Definitely could lose to Chelsea at Stamford Bridge.
Maybe draw against Brentford.
Brentford feels like it could be a draw.
They could lose against Villa.
If they get an odd red card in there like they did last year, if the emotions start to get there, if Brentford are very physical, if they can't win the set pieces, because Brentford are a set piece team, then that's a different ball game altogether.
I think they said Gabriel's about a month, so he might be back.
For when? It's 20th of December.
It was probably that, so probably around 13th, I reckon.
Fine. Yeah, so
he's going to miss.
Villa away as well. Whilst we managed to get the win, that's not an easy win.
Who did they beat the following week? Like 3-0? 4-0?
Who, Villa?
Yeah, I swear it was a decent team.
Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Third, if not higher. Yeah. So there's a run there where it could be very difficult for them. The odd game could slip. They don't have their leader. If Liverpool can grind out results, all of a sudden you're within 5 points, 6 points. Obviously, there's loads of other teams in and around us as well. Yeah. But if we're grinding out the results, I expect some of them to drop off as well. In terms of Forest's biggest threats, we've already mentioned Hudson-Odoi. I always see Gibbs-White as a potential threat. He's clinical. If he gets a sniff, he'll do it. We've managed to shut him out 90% of the time. They've had to go elsewhere. They've had to go to Elanga and
he's a good player. I just think he was overhyped after one good season.
Fair. And then I really highly rate Anderson.
I rate Anderson, I do.
So your score, 4-0.
Yeah.
Done? Keeping it?
Yeah, fuck it.
I'm going to go for a 2-1.
No, we're smashing. We're getting back to winning ways.
I'm going to go 2-1, but we'll win 2-0. We'll be leading 2-0 from like the 30th minute. And then it'll be...
I thought you were going to say we're going to concede first.
No. It'll be like 2-0 from the 30th minute. And then it'll be a case of we concede, everyone thinks the worst is going to happen, and then we grind out the result. It'll be a winning grind out rather than we're losing 1-0, then we have to come back. It'll be the opposite, which I think is equally as important to prove that we can hold on to leads as well as not. Happy with that?
Yep.
Move on. So we'll quickly talk about the contract situations. So a lot about Ibu recently. last time we spoke, as far as we were aware, it was what was it? Oh, that Liverpool had put an offer on the table. It was the last offer Liverpool were gonna do, and that basically Ibu has to accept it or walk away. Ibu has since come out and said all of that's rubbish. He don't understand where the media is getting it from. He's still in contact with his agent and the club. He's hoping it will be resolved soon.
Yeah,
That statement to you, how do you read? He's hoping he can announce his news soon. Is how he phrased it.
he wants to resign, and I think that's been the case the whole time. I think he's wanted to resign. He just wants to be valued.
Right.
I think he wants to be paid what he thinks he deserves, which is on par with Gabriel Saliba and that. He's not. I don't think he's asking for Van Dijk wages because that'd be stupid. I think he's asking for like around 200k, if not a bit more.
Which I feel like feels crazy to not give him.
Yeah, that's what I mean though.
So I'll be surprised if that was it almost. Because smarter people than us are looking at these stats and abilities. Like, I'm not going to say he's one of the best in the world, but when you're throwing names into a hat, his is one
We
of
also
them.
don't know what the books look like there
His is one of the ones you go for. What do you mean?
in terms of who we've just bought and what they're on, how much wage bill we have to afford to be able to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
But I do agree.
I
Like
still
he
feel
needs
like,
to be paid what he's worth, and I think 200k is fair enough.
yeah, and I still feel like you got rid of Trent, who was on around that, if not higher.
180, I think.
You got rid of Thiago ages ago, who was on around that, if not higher,
Yeah, we
for his
got
age.
Verts, Isaac, TK.
Yeah, yeah, I get it.
They're all on that and more.
Yeah, yeah, but we've had a lot go out the door as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So I feel like there should be enough in the books there.
As well as Salah and Van Dijk gone into 400k.
Well, that was a rumour, wasn't it? I don't think Van Dijk got
Yeah,
up to 400. I
yeah. I
thought he
think
was
that was.
350.
No,
And,
I'm
Van,
pretty
and
sure they're up to
Salah's was the
400.
same, but bigger bonuses.
I'm not sure about
Okay. Um, Fair. But if you're thinking about the future, I don't think you flinch at that. If you're thinking till next summer, maybe Van Dijk has another year. Arguably, we've
that. Yeah,
said
I'm not disagreeing with you either,
no,
by the
no,
way.
no. Arguably we've said he could have another extension after that potentially. But if they're thinking no, we're either going to get rid of him next summer to get money, or the summer after is his last one, are you really going to get rid of Kanate now when it's going to be more expensive to sign someone to replace him?
Depends if you're thinking about buying Bastoni.
Which I think his wage bill is going to be double Ibu's.
But he's better than Ibu.
Yeah, but if we're talking about wage here,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the wage is the
But,
problem. Not
but that's what I'm saying. Like, it just depends, doesn't it? But yeah, going back to the point, like, I think it sounds like he wants to sign and he's hoping to sign.
yeah, which is promising. How much do
Whereas
you think?
Trent wouldn't have said anything like that last year.
No, exactly. And he's come out in the media and said it as well.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
we're speaking about it. How much would you say it's been affecting his performance, or do you think it's kind of a coincidence?
I think I think that's a variable. I think they're humans. I don't think one thing is ever going to affect the performance like that. I think it weighed more on Trent because he's a Scouse.
Mm,
He's a Scouser, and yeah, I don't think it. I don't know. I'm saying variables because I think a lot of it will be Jota.
right.
I think if Jota didn't play this year, then maybe even the contract on his head wouldn't be so heavy.
That's another thing.
It's another thing on top of
Everything's got on.
everything that's going
And him
on.
seeing the way that Trent's got played out and everything like that.
Yeah, there's so many variables, and like you don't know what he feels like. Does he feel like he shouldn't leave because Jota's gone and he wants to stay to? You just don't know what's going through their head. The thought process is there.
Mm.
Like some people want to go to escape it, so they don't have to be reminded every single day. Some people might want to stay for Jota to like, yeah,
Do something is on us.
like I'd be down to go buy Ruben Neves.
Where is he? Currently in Saudi.
Saudi, apparently out of contract next summer.
Is he still young? He was 26
Just
when
like
he went.
26 now. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think he's
I
26,
think he was
27.
26 when he went. So
If you go offer him 150 for a rotation centre mid,
why did we go into centre mids? We were talking about Ebu. How did we go into centre mids?
I was talking about Jota
Ah,
with
sorry.
you. I said about like I just said about people might want to stay to do it, and like if Ruben Neves wanted to go, if Ruben Neves wanted to come, and we wanted to get him as a rotation centre mid. If like say Maka goes,
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
13th of March 1997. So yeah, 28. Yeah, yeah, that's fair.
I
I
know
agree.
it's
I
only a
agree
minor
with
one,
you
but
as a variable. I think in everything. It could be part of it. It could be the form we're in, and then the pressure that applies with that as well as everything else we've already spoken about.
I think also like it's obviously Ebo has had bad games, but at the same time, he's had to adapt to having a new right back every single game.
Mm.
He hasn't played with Trent, who he's used to, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
And Grav was injured. He hasn't had the same team around him either. Even keeper wise, you haven't got Ali shouting at you, and I don't think Mamadashvili is going to be as strong vocally as Ali.
yeah, I'd agree with like 80% of it because if it's Bradley, he's fine. Like
Yeah,
Bradley
but
was
even so,
basically the whole of last year,
even so,
and then Ali to Mohamed Dashvili completely agree with that one, and the Grav one I completely agree with. It's obviously been not been a lot of the season for the Grav one.
yeah, but Bradley hasn't played that often. Like if you think towards the start and stuff like Shobo and stuff, he had to get used to Frimpong, he had to get used to, and then Bradley in rotation. He's had three right backs
Yeah, I'm just
rotation
saying.
start
Yeah,
of the year.
that's
That's
why
what
I
I'm
said I
saying.
agree with it. 80%. It's just the ones where Bradley's there and Grav is in front, and we've still not performed. Obviously, it's when it doesn't. That should be a click straight back to last year, sort of thing.
I don't think that has happened too many times though.
Fair,
I think the main one was City. I think that was Leggy.
fair. Transfers as well, because there's a lot of conversations about that.
Hmm.
Obviously, Guehi's heating up. Apparently, we're the only ones in for him, and it looks like we're
In
going.
January.
Looks like we're going in January
I think no one else is wanting to pay
because he'll go on a free
because
limit.
he'll go on a free in summer. So I think every single other club is hoping we don't go in Jan.
But I think we're going to have to.
I think if Leone didn't get injured, I think we wouldn't.
Agree.
I think because Leone's injured, we're going to need to if we want to last longer in the Champions League in the Prem if we got a chance to go.
And then Semenyo, 65 million release clause.
Yeah, that's a
Like
tricky one for me.
quality player worth the money, not for us right now, is how I see it.
Yeah, I'd rather spend 65 million if Van Dijk's going Bastoni.
Mm.
65 million on I don't know, but like where do you play him straight away? You play him to fill in for Salah, AFCON. Then
Yeah.
after that, where do you play him? And if our issue, what we spoke about, is how we're going to go to two strikers and change our formation with Ekatike and Isaac and Verts behind, and then somehow change the formation around that or something, or go 2-2-2-2, whatever, and have Verts and Shobo as the attacking mids in that situation. Where would he play?
I think it's another option. I think the Salah one's more important than we think.
Not replacing. I think
Yeah,
Chiesa.
you're probably thinking past next year when you sign Semenyo for that money now. You're not thinking now. You're not thinking, I need Salah. I need Semenyo for AFCON. You're thinking, I need Semenyo before anyone else gets Semenyo because I'm going to need him next year.
I think it's a really hard one.
Yeah, and I agree. I personally probably wouldn't go and get him.
I think you get him if you think. Personally, I'll get him if you're selling Salah in the summer because they'll know whether they are or
Yeah,
not.
exactly.
If you're selling Salah in the summer and you're letting Chiesa go in the summer, then you go and get him for 65 mil, so you don't have to worry about it
Yeah, agree.
because he can play across the front. So then that's like him, Gakpo, Rio across the front. You can play whatever, and then you got Isaac
He
and
can play a right mid
Ekatike.
as well, I think.
Yeah,
So he could do the 4-4-2 role.
that's what I mean.
He can probably
So
do
I
a
think
3-5-2.
I think that's I'd agree with it if you're expecting those two to go.
Yeah, which could be why it's because it,
I
it
think so.
feels a
I
bit
think
ludicrous, doesn't it?
we're going to get money back for Salah. I think this is Salah's last year, 100%.
Hmm.
And I think Chiesa goes as well.
Well, he's clearly out of favour with slot for one reason or another. No, really.
Obviously, he's got more minutes than last year, but
Yeah, but I think that's forced.
I don't think it is. I think he's up to fitness more than last year. I think that was the whole issue last year.
But we also were chasing games
Hmm.
with 7 attacks on the pitch.
Yeah,
As
but
much
it's not
last
even
year.
been that, though. He has been
There's
playing
been
more.
quite a lot of that.
Yeah, no, it has, but he hasn't come on just for that. Like, he's featured more,
Fair.
even when we've been winning.
I've seen it as we've been down and he's been throwing on the attackers as when Chiesa comes on.
That's Rio.
I've rarely seen Chiesa come on as, and I'm not saying it's not happened. It's happened probably like 2 or 3 times. Bear in mind we've only played 13 times. He's come on 2 or 3 times as the legit sub. I think he's come on 5 or 6 times as like a, we need more attackers, we need some energy, we need Chiesa on, rather than start going tactically. I'm going to put Chiesa in to do this. I think he's come on because he's a lift rather than an intentional decision. And then on 2 or 3 times, he is intentionally like, okay, Chiesa, this is your job.
Is that the same thing?
Don't know, because it's not quite tactical if it's just emotional to me.
I don't know. I don't agree with that.
Fair. The only other one I had rumoured recently was Wharton because United are trying to make a bid early so that we don't come in for it. Have you had any other transfer news?
Not that I'm aware of.
No. Move on.
Yeah.
Right, now give me your top 5 non-Liverpool Premier League midfield players.
De
I've
Bruyne.
said holding midfield, actually.
Oh,
Holding, I specified, because I'm going to get you to do all of them.
Kante.
Yeah.
Rodri. This is quite hard,
Two Premier
actually.
League winners.
Top 5. Holding. Vieira.
Fair. Quite a few in this bracket. Obviously, you're saying not Liverpool's.
Makelele.
Yeah, that's huge. I rate him way higher than I think people do.
Yeah.
I'm holding out, and you've not got a single United one in there yet.
Yeah.
You got what? Carrick. Would you play a version of Scholes that was a holding? I don't know if he did it much, but got the likes of Herrera, which I know is your big
No,
friend.
definitely not. The only other one, like the one that would be arguments, is Keane. If you're picking a United.
Oh yeah,
But I'm trying to think of what Chelsea. No. Spurs. Who are Spurs at?
I was thinking of is it
Modric. No, he was attacking mid when he
Dembele?
was
No,
there.
not Dembele. Who am I thinking of?
What for Spurs?
Yeah, midfielder. It might have been Dembele.
Um, there was a move to Dembele.
Yeah, it might have been him.
Um,
So who have you got so far? You got Kante,
Makelele,
Makelele,
Kante, Makelele, Rodri.
Vieira, Rodri,
Yeah. Hmm.
Fabregas, Mikel Arteta.
Yeah, but this is like, are they like Fabregas? Was he more attacking? He wasn't a CDM, was he? He was
Fair.
like centre mid.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's what
fair.
I'm trying to think of CDMs.
Declan Rice. It's
No,
probably a shout.
no, it's
You're not
not.
going to allow it?
No, no.
Surprising.
What's he won in comparison?
For cut. Comparison to who? I think you've named the top 4.
Yeah, in comparison to them.
Yeah, nothing, but you're on the next rung already.
Yeah,
Unless if you throw a Keane in.
yeah, you're gonna have to. But there'll be others that would have won.
Yaya Toure, would you count him in there?
That's the one I love. Yaya Toure. I think he's one of the best Premier League players of all time. I love him. I think he's so underrated for what he did and what he could do. He could do everything. Like he reminds me of like Gerrard in a sense,
Yeah, yeah.
where he could play any of those midfield roles and do it well. And his free kicks were unreal.
Schweinsteiger, a bit late, but came
Yeah, I
in
think he came late.
a bit late in his career. Um, I can't
It's
think
gonna
of many
have to be Keane,
Spurs
isn't it?
ones. Yeah.
I think it's gonna have to be
Going for
Keane.
Keane?
What other centre mids were at CDMs were at United?
Well, Carrick was their mainstay for ages.
Yeah, I'd say Keane's better than him. Um, Kante, Makelele, Rodri.
Caicedo?
Nah, there's just too. Like Rodri is an anomaly in. I'm picking him when he's still playing.
Right.
If you know what I mean, as in like he's still in the Prem in his prime. Like
These are all current ones.
Henderson.
Can't have him. Tielemans, I wouldn't say it's Holden really. Palhinha is probably a great shout. It's all current, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go Keane.
Fair.
What other Arsenal ones have there been though?
Well, Vieira was a mainstay. Yeah, except Rice. They had Arteta. They had,
What did Gilberto Silva play? Was he a striker?
I think, Vieira, only? Don't know. My ball knowledge is poor, which, if you're following us on any of the socials, and that's Brothers in Red Pod, I'm currently doing a 6 league trophies challenge where I'll have randomized players that have to assign to random trophies if they've won it, and we'll see how many days in a row it takes me. Currently, already up to day 3 as of I'll post today. Spoiler alert, it's not going well so far, but we'll see if day 3 changes things. Defensive midfield player, Gilberto Silva. Keen? You keen on Keen?
I'm keen on Keane.
Keen on Keen, done.
It's gonna have to be, but he's a big crybaby.
It's the best moment of the week. It is the moment of the week. What is your moment of the week? Because I didn't ask anyone, and I know you didn't.
Robbo's interview.
You've read mine, haven't you?
No, can't read.
Robbo's interview, basically. I loved all of
Yeah.
that from Robbo. The honesty, the passion, the fact that he managed to do that for his country, and then the way he handled everything really, really screams Robbo. And then, to be fair, I'm chuffed for the Scottish fans for qualifying as well. I like to see home nations in the World Cup in general.
All of them could make it still.
No, they can't.
Okay, they're all in playoffs.
Yeah, but you have to go to a final. So
Okay.
if Wales and I want to say it's Northern Ireland, if they both win, they go against each other.
Oh shit.
So they can't all. They'll have to knock each other out essentially. But yeah, very happy.
So Northern Ireland in that.
So Robbo all round here. Sorry for not asking you guys. Definitely had it on my list, but completely forgot. Make sure you keep an eye out on socials. Make sure you turn your noties on. Is that how the kids say it?
Yeah.
Turn your noties on for Brothers in Red on Twitter and get alerts. Follow us on Instagram as well. We'll post that every week there too. Anything to add before we close out?
We will be back.
We will be back.
Liverpool, we will be back.
I thought you meant us. I'm like, we are back.
No, I have faith.
We're in a rhythm now.
I have faith.
I do too, to be fair. I just might downplay it a bit more than Mr. 4-0 two-word answer is done over here. Thanks again for listening to this episode of the Brothers in Red podcast. If you are enjoying the content, please leave a like and a comment as to your favourite bits or some content that you think we should be producing. As I said, I'm starting to post a lot more on the Brothers in Red channel rather than my own, just because I can only think of one creative thing to do rather than two. So it is what it is. Obviously, follow Ben a lot more when Liverpool's back and it's not international break, because you'll be tweeting, I'm sure, catching those baits on your hook and
Yeah, it's 3 o'clock
fishing them out.
this week.
Yeah, it is. So no TV in the UK. But yeah, I've been James.
Shit. I've been Ben.
You've been following the Brothers in Red podcast. You'll never walk alone. You've not been following it either. You've listened to it. But anyway, you never walk alone.
Never walk alone.
See you later.
See you directly.